to Bytes and Insights, where I make tech make sense. Let's go. I just wrapped up my first semester in AI and data analytics. It's a postgraduate certificate I'm doing here in Sachs Poly. It was a learning experience. There was more to it than Python codes and AI models. It was really a learning experience from start to finish. And yeah, that's just the perfect way to sum it up, a learning experience. Into this program, thinking, it's all about AI models, machine learning, data analytics generally. But the first thing they threw at us was business mathematics and data cleaning. And honestly, it was a shock. Generally, it was a shock. Let me tell you one thing, if you have any trouble not knowing how to go about your data cleaning, you just have a model like a fancy calculator doing rubbish. My biggest aha moment, or the thing that slapped me hardest the most, was knowing that you don't have to be a coding wizard to get started.
Oh my god!
I think that was the biggest thing that got to me, knowing that you didn't necessarily need to have this amazing background in Python or in this to get started. You just needed to have a curious mind, a mind that wanted to just know what you were getting yourself into. Once you have that, you kind of, can get into it. It's not going to be easy, trust me. From the start, I didn't even know what pd.read meant, because I was like, what's the meaning of this? I found out later on, constantly asking questions, getting to know what this actually does. And yeah, that helps. So initially we started off slow in a course called Programming for Data Science. We're just doing little things like attributes, loop functions and all those kind of things. But the minute we switched to Power BI, we started to do things like visualizations, interactive dashboards. There was a lot of magic going on, that's what I would say, because it looked so surreal. It looked like you're in the Matrix, basically. Having to touch few data points and they show you a lot of information about a particular thing. It's crazy. So yeah, I feel like that was one thing too that caught my attention throughout the entire semester. Here are some practical skills I learned this semester. First one was cleaning data using Python and Excel. Python was really like a big step for me because I'd not had any experience in that before. I'd had experience in Excel, so it was kind of, of a do-over for me in that regard. But there were some things I also learned. But Python was a big step for me. Learning how to visualize trends, and historical data with Power BI was also one of the skills I learned. Then also learning how to project or predict future trends also with either Power BI and Python was one thing I did. I also learned how to analyze business questions using statistical methods, either using Python, Excel or Power BI. And there was one key thing that I learned during this semester was that you need to always ask yourself the question, with this data set, what problem am I trying to solve? With this data repository, with this data lake, data warehouse, what am I trying to solve? What am I trying to do here with this data set? It's important you know how to figure out what problem you're trying to solve, and when you even solve that problem, how accurate does your model solve that problem? And some people's model can solve the problem maybe halfway and it still needs room for improvement. So you need to know how well what you've created as a model can solve that problem. I'm still learning more. I'll be doing so much more during this period. Now, if you are thinking of starting your journey in data, don't be scared. Don't chase perfection, chase curiosity. It's important that you are curious than you are aiming for perfection. The most important thing is you want to know what you are doing and you want to understand it. Like even in the process of trying to solve a business problem, there's something we call we understand the business objective. You need to know what you are getting yourself into, so you just don't go there blindly. Then you are wondering whether the model you created is accurate enough or even works for the problem that they told you to solve. So it's important you know how to do that. Chase curiosity and perfection. And this channel will be your shortcut in learning those things, the easy, the messy, and the meaningful. Because data is not just about robots. It's about humans, decisions, and impact. Now, if this gave you any value whatsoever, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share to a person who you know is drowning in data anxiety. The term data anxiety is a huge thing for newbies into this field and those people that want to even get started. They are worried and they are not unsure about it. Well, yeah, share this to them. Then, the next episode, what I'll be doing is I'll be turning a boring CSV file into clean and beautiful insights. So, welcome to the tribe and let's build together.